Section 57. This represents the lowest point for Tennyson. We call that the nadir. The nadir is the lowest part of the curve. This is the nadir for Tennyson's depression and grief with the passing of his friend Hallam. And he almost quits here. This is almost the end of the poem. There is a poem called Ave atque Vale. It was written by the Roman poet Catullus when his brother died. I don't know if that's what the poem is called, but that's how people refer to it now. Ave atque Vale. Catullus, his brother died. At that time, Catullus did not believe in an afterlife, and so he wrote this forever goodbye. And that phrase, Ave atque Vale, hail and farewell, an eternal farewell. And Tennyson loved this poem. The pathos of it, which means the emotional power or emotional energy of it, really resonated with Tennyson throughout his life, but especially at this moment. Years later, Tennyson would write another poem called Frater Ave atque Vale, I think it's called, when he would visit. After visiting Catullus's home in Italy, Tennyson was inspired to write another poem. So his whole life he reflected on and thought about this poem, and you can hear that in this section 57, the line 15. I guess the whole last stanza. Eternal greetings to the dead. Ave, ave, ave. Said, adieu, adieu, forevermore. Tennyson is saying goodbye to Hallam forevermore. And as far as whether or not he believed in an afterlife, we're just coming through this period where he's trying to assimilate or integrate this new archaeological evidence that the earth has been in this state of things for millennia, and he's wrestling with things that seem to contradict the Bible. So I think he doesn't know. He says as much. He doesn't know if he'll ever see his friend Hallam again. And maybe at the moment he wrote section 57, he was leaning towards saying, no, I'll never see him. So this forever adieu is a very rich, this section is rich with the pathos and the sadness and grief of a forever farewell. Tennyson almost stopped here. He tells us as much in the next section. I'm glad he didn't. There are some really wonderful things that he's going to say before he's done with this poem. And when you think about the prologue, which was written after this, there's such power. There's a lot of healing and joy that awaits Tennyson, and a lot of beautiful poetry. I'm glad he didn't stop. And I know he's not thinking about suicide. That's not what he was wrestling with. But if anyone's listening to this who's considering stopping, I would encourage you to keep going. Tennyson could not have guessed at how wonderful things would be for him. Neither can you or I. When we're at our nadir, we can't see the good things in store. There's healing, there's hope, there's joy, all ahead. There's beautiful poetry, success, all ahead of Tennyson. Um, so don't stop. Here's section 57. Peace, come away. The song of woe is after all an earthly song. Peace, come away. We do him wrong to sing so wildly. Let us go. Come, let us go. Your cheeks are pale, but half my life I leave behind. Methinks my friend is richly shrined, but I shall pass, my work will fail. That phrase, half my life, is a reference to Tennyson felt that half of him died when Hallam died. Yet in these ears, till hearing dies, one set slow bell will seem to toll, the passing of the sweetest soul that ever looked with human eyes. I hear it now, and o'er, eternal greetings to the dead, and Ave, Ave, Ave said, Adieu, adieu, for evermore.